Hello, you're watching ERi-TV and welcome to English News Broadcast. These are the top stories. One patient who was receiving medical treatment in the Central region has fully recovered. The training organized to school directors in Shambuko South-Zone. EU and International Monetary Fund warn of serious energy crisis for losing Russian gas. And North Korea to speed up development of its nuclear arsenal. The local news. We have an announcement from the Minister of Health. One patient who was receiving medical treatment in hospital in the Central region has fully recovered and has been discharged from the facility. The total number of recovered patients has accordingly increased to 9,631, while the number of deaths stands at 103. And the total number of confirmed cases in the country to date stands at 9,734. Ministry of Health, Asmara, April 26, 2022. As part of the effort to develop the teaching-learning process, the Ministry of Education branch in Shambuko South-Zone organized a training program to school directors in the South-Zone. The training that was provided to elementary, junior, and high school directors included follow-up and inspection, teaching, planning, archives, as well as general school management. The head of the Education Office in the South-Zone, Mr. Mahari Tashome, said the objective of the program was to develop the capacity of the school directors and minimize the shortcomings that have been observed. Commending the initiative to develop the overall capacity of school directors and create common understanding, the administrator of the South-Zone, Mr. Kahsai Asrat, expressed conviction that the training will have significant contribution in the development of the teaching-learning process. The health facilities put in place in Sel-A South-Zone are significantly contributing in the development of awareness of the public on health issues. This according to reports, stating that there are one health center and 2 health stations in the South-Zone. Nurse Idris Humed, head of the health center, said that the health facilities are providing pre- and post-natal treatment, as well as delivery service and maternity child care. Nurse Idris also said that the health facilities are playing due role in encouraging the public to organize environmental sanitation activities with a view to curtail the prevalence of communicable diseases. The residents said the health facilities in the South-Zone, on top of providing regular health services, are contributing in the raising the awareness of the public on the consequences of harmful practices. Now back with international news. After a short break. Welcome back. Officials of the European Union, EU, and the International Monetary Fund, IMF, have both warned the serious energy crisis and economic impacts Europe may face for losing Russian natural gas. The EU has imposed a total of 5 rounds of sanctions on Russia since the conflict between Russia and Ukraine erupted about 2 months ago. The sanctions, which are aimed to cripple the Russian economy, have not achieved the desired effect, though. Instead, the blowback of sanctions measures is eating into the European economy, adding to inflation risks. European Commission's Vice President for Values and Transparency, Vera Radova, has noted that completely cutting off from Russian natural gas would lead to serious energy crisis in some member nations. The IMF's Europe Department Director Alfred Kemer also warned that losing Russian natural gas will lead to deep economic impacts on the Europe economy, noting that alternative sources and reserves may sustain in the first 6 months. But if the situation continues to winter and beyond, the economic impact will be severe. Russia export accounted for about half of Germany's natural gas, 46% for Italy, and about 25% for France. North Korea leader Kim Jong-un said North Korea will speed up development of its nuclear arsenal while overseeing a huge military parade that displayed intercontinental ballistic missiles and other weapons. This is according to state media. The parade featured North Korea's largest known as SBM, the Hwasong-17. The procession also included routes of conventional weapons such as artillery, rocket launchers, and prototype tanks, plus tens of thousands of goose-stepping troops. The parade had taken place last night during celebrations for the founding anniversary of North Korea's armed forces, and it comes as Pyongyang steps up weapons tests and displays of military power amid stalled denuclearization talks with the United States and an incoming conservative administration in South Korea. The first all-private astronaut team ever flown aboard the International Space Station safely splashed down in the Atlantic off Florida's coast, completing a 2-week science mission hailed as a milestone in commercial spaceflight. The SpaceX crew capsule carrying the 4-man team, led by a retired NASA astronaut who is now vice president of the Texas company behind the mission, Axiom Space, parachuted into the sea after a 16-hour descent from orbit. The splashdown, carried live by joint Axiom SpaceX webcast, was originally planned for last Wednesday, but the return flight was delayed due to unfavorable weather condition. The return from orbit followed a plunge through Earth's atmosphere, generating frictional heat that sends temperatures surrounding the outside of the capsule soaring to 1,927 degrees Celsius. Now, a reminder of the top stories. One patient who was receiving medical treatment in the central region has fully recovered. A training organized to school directors in Shampoko Subzone. EU and International Monetary Fund warn of serious energy crisis for losing Russian gas. And North Korea to speed up development of its nuclear arsenal. That's it for today. Thanks for watching.